EC kosama EC se wonsi ne kwan se de be ya Blekuma North abato no yakin kan ya wie ne declare winner no wontumi ensign quality no court to sa ensem na gu se EC ebetumi a quality
Empeso ahodo a yentimi emfa susunsanso mpie motin so honipa wadi mu enkunim no enka ne garama mpanyura John Dramani Mahama extra about komisa so wo ye adwuma wofa kokuduro nya adwuma na wonfa ne nanso ensi form Wachese emrashebe dwano wono atwen wasetena atwentwen so ekopem January bosume de tosumienu na wo hwe animu se wo men foto sanfo ebeba emrashebe dwamu na nka yakon humasika no first quarter no wo de abeto mpanyufo animu hu se de esi etie na so wo mu hwe animu ye hwebuada wamba emrashebe dwafo asetena mpanyufo atwen ede asen no na domkese no ba no dani Orumunyanfo Alexander Fenyomakis chirimu se domkese ne de omomfo aso Ghana adwadifo bi bosobo se niema bo ayeden bronya bre akato na bronya bre no aduru ho na adwadifo di dwa ewo malata market adodo na no eton se bimpedwasan ayemmoa no uchem se wo hwa ni mu se dwabeba na tese niema fa na tuma padifra ama omu dwa so wei ene nsema foforo nkaye bi ene nuanu mienu yaje adwa yede esomo midin de amma saponkuma kuma jesi mene Sadat Mohammed Afeyentinsi ensem no emo Empanyufo awono ene da National Election Security Task Force ano yetwaniti ase next enra de ato Ghana de hye nyina enim nititu ene Electoral Commission say won ma ye krado aboaboso say wo mo beta won mo achi na abato no nsunsu aso ye mrahye bedwade no a yentumi nkoleti ye ma ye hunu sa asemasi ana obentre ene di ntwa na wodi nkonim no wo mo behwa abo mo ho ban kwanuase nyina so se de be ya wo betumi aye wadwuma
19th December 2024 yi National Election Security Task Force for any Electoral Commission enya nkitahudie bi ewo National Police Headquarters ha na sa meeting non asema titiriwa ye discuss ye ne senia ye benya bambo ama coalitions aka constituencies ni bi no na meeting national Electoral Commission National Election Security Task Force for ya sote say oma ye krado say eye coalitions aka wo constituencies ni bi nim no oma ye krado say omobeye sa coalition no ne say nti commission no SRS osi yema omobambo na omuntimi fanye sa coalition no na eye National Election Security Task Force yema omu areshe mu say yenso ya ye krado na bambo a omuhia ebebu asa omobeye coalition no yenso ya ye krado say ye de sa bambo no ebemom ebiom Electoral Commission the secretary National Election Security Task Force say yes our coalitions aka omobeye ebehia pa say yebebo amanfo nyina kokko na obi ade atu ni team say Electoral Commission ma ho kwan a eno ye accreditation no collation center hono bambo for ma wo kwan ma wo ma ho say be ya sa collations ya kai ebetimi akoso bambo edimunti Ghana Post for ene Ghana Sra for soja for no ye beka bom na ya mabambo a edimu pa na Electoral Commission for etimi ayesa coalitions akai bambo nyumeko National Election Security Task Force no ye pese ye de adesede eto political parties ni nyina anim sema obia enkohye na chitafo kutupa and the omuso mama gu coalition center ho emma ha dream me basabasa bia wo ho inti adesede ayede ma parties ni nyina ye besrem obia ne na chitafo enkasa na mamo nhye omu na omu mba coalition center ho emma ha dream se ne ebe ya coalition no ebekoso ya ye besrem monta bambofo echi na ye oman ya sumdwe ene ye bambo a ye wono yenkura mu na yentimi nhwe na coalitions aka no isifo no enye no senia ese
About to my Ghana, Yako anymore, no bay and Piso Bako, and Kunibu or maybe seen there, and Yadi about on Susan Sanson and Pinfo to Madame Dinam per se, your home Pinfo Dim Kunim Ewa Sabaton Pisano Eso. Neno and I can again a man penina Ghana for to Abadiamano, or John Dramani Mahama was about to come and say, and what will be a Nunano, or for could do it to me, and Yenejuma.
Sometimes bureaucracy has a way of slowing things down, and I know some of you get frustrated and all that. I can assure you that I'm going to have a very open door so that we can help you remove any obstacles that are in the way of the good relations and economic cooperation that exists between our countries. There are a few outstanding issues arising from the election. As you are aware, 9 constituencies are in dispute. And we think that the Electoral Commission should act in a principled manner. You cannot change the rules when it suits you and apply different rules when different circumstances exist. There was a particular case in 2020, and the Electoral Commission came out clearly that if a declaration had been made, it was not the duty of the Electoral Commission to adjudicate it. The courts were the right place to go. And so if a declaration has been made, it doesn't matter under what circumstance. They are saying that somewhere under duress. In the case of Kyerematen, it was under duress. There were soldiers in the collation room. There was chaos in the collation room when the declaration was made. And the same arguments were passed that, there should be a recollation. And the Electoral Commission said, no, there can't be any recollation once a declaration has been made. In the same circumstances, declarations have been made. If people have a grievance, they must go to the courts and redress those grievances there. We don't think that the goalpost should be shifted depending on who is at the other end of the stick. There's one particular case in which there was no declaration. We can understand that. And so the Electoral Commission has to make a determination what happens. Is there going to be a rerun? How are they going to be able to collate those results? And so we think that there must be fairness and justice in everything that we do. And so that's a concern we have, that those issues will be resolved as quickly as possible so that we know what the final outcome of the election is.
Kofari Baya wano eleda movement for change ano Yera Lankwajo Kyerematen wa co-president elect Yera John Dramani Mahama na naso neno akwa kasa wa kwachia no na wonini edi amane no de tu nanim se mira waba na bo homodene na ka Ghana bomu na fo man no egina yie sanse ba bia ye wo sesei enye afei wono nso nani suade hunu bia na ekita no de osusu se niamani bia nka ono nya akwan tena ba enwane so anka obeye no one no eche.
Your Excellency, I know that during your first term in office, you had to go to the IMF for support. Now, there's a marginal increase or a stability that comes along with being on an IMF program. So ultimately, you find that the numbers will start looking good. It's obvious that's part of the whole objective of a stabilization program. But then at the end of the program, unless there's a program of transformation, then you are likely to slide back into instability, which is what takes you to the IMF in the first place. And so with a great transformational plan, I very respectfully like to recommend a number of priorities for your consideration, which is stabilizing the macroeconomy. I know that because of our manifesto promises, there's a lot of pressure. Everything is important, but I feel that it's the macroeconomy and the economy as a whole that basically must occupy your highest consideration. The issue of corruption, which you've spoken about, and which robs us as a country of so much resources that we can channel into development. The next is constitutional reform. Constitutional reform that would enhance the quality of governance in our country. And I'm sure you're already aware of many of those areas that require reform. And last but not the least is the issue of Galamsey, which obviously is an existential threat. It's not just a question of those living in Galamsey communities. This is something that is going to affect all of us as Ghanaians. So, very respectfully, I think that these two development paradigms, I would recommend that you look at them quite seriously. And within the context of a government of national unity, we are prepared to provide all the support that is required for you to be able to implement both the agenda for transformation and also the government of national unity. Your Excellency, in conclusion, I think the greatest legacy you can leave for our country is to help build a peaceful, united, prosperous country which provides equal opportunity to all Ghanaians, irrespective of their political affiliation, ethnic or religious affiliation. We wish you very well together with your team.
Ankane Ghana mampanyini owura John Dramani Mahama Ghana for asanyato aba ediama no de atudwa so man bia no empuntu ho nsem betima fa ne ntoma pa de fra katase se dwurum kro no e wo so man no otimi edisu nkunim kane na wo se wo hwe MPP aban odi akokogu ya katase se dwurum kro no NPP fo anya ho hwehwe MPP fincha wo twa betena Ghana bedwa so katase se dwurum kro no e ko so man Ghana mu papa e ka ho bi na mpuntu na Ghana fo hwe ni mo no yensa entumi anka na NDC aban a obai do behwe hu se katase se dwurum kro no won so
corruption, which is one of the major stumbling blocks and hindrances. In the last 8 years, it's actually gone haywire, gone through the roof. There's been no sanctions for people who indulge in corruption. And so it's kind of created a sense of impunity. And as I said the last time, this is our last opportunity to get things right. If we don't get a handle on it, our people are losing faith in our democratic institutions, and so we need to work to restore their faith and let them know that a democratic system is capable of doing the things that will ensure transparency, fairness, and create equal opportunity for all our people. And we're open to working together on all these issues. Unemployment, we know the issue of Galamsey is a hydra-headed problem, and it's been exacerbated by the fact that the non-tax revenue pillars of the economy have somehow declined under the last 8 years. Oil and gas is down by 32%. Cocoa is struggling, and that used to bring in excess of $2 billion every year into the economy. Currently, gold is the only pillar that is holding this country. You can talk about non-traditional exports, remittances, and other things, but these other two pillars are down, and so the amount of foreign exchange that one would have expected to come in is not coming in, and so we have a depreciating currency. And so as quickly as possible, we must transform the cocoa sector so that the farmer is the beneficiary of the production of cocoa, not headquarters spending 3.4 billion cedis. I wonder if they're growing the cocoa in the cocoa board headquarters. That money should be going to the farmers, because if the cocoa tree, the return the farmer gets on his cocoa crop is not worth his while, he won't invest in it. And those in the headquarters, are not the ones going to go and grow the crop. And so as quickly as possible, we need to reform that cocoa board. I mean, that huge state, humongous enterprise that is just feeding off the farmers must change. And I know that the World Bank and IMF and co want to work with us to see how we can reform the whole cocoa sector. How about the oil and gas industry? If I have to go around and hug all of them and bring them back and kiss them and tell them come and drill the oil and gas as quickly as possible, I'll do that, because oil is in transition. We know green energies are coming in. If you don't drill your oil and sell it as quickly as possible, you have what they call stranded assets. You have the oil, but nobody needs it. And so there's a time we should be giving them the red carpet to come and invest and pump out all that oil so that we can use it, to transform the lives of our people.
wie abusuafo ye home so na yato nkra batew.
Ghana this year ebe mu nyina kwa ba biem ye to akase bo no so e dia mamo
ya to aso dia na ye bohwi akọ NDC amanyokuo nim na ene enkra abeto yapono so se NDC empanyufo na executives no wono ekoka chief imam Yera Sheikh Osman Nuhu Shaributu eho ema wone ne kosomo ye ewo National Mosque ya ewo enkran ha.
Thing you do, you know that somebody directs your steps and somebody guides your steps. It is the Almighty God, it is Allah that guided our steps and gave us the protection, gave us the strength, even the wisdom to prosecute a campaign we prosecuted. As they said, man will prepare for battle, but victory comes from the Lord. And so we recognize the fact that it is God who has granted us this victory. That is why today we are here to offer thanks to the Most High Allah. This is the first step. Today being Friday, we decided to join our Muslim brothers to say prayers with the National Chief Imam and seek his blessings for the NDC and His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama. So that going forward, we all know the challenges that confront this country. The might of President Mahama cannot do it. The might of the NDC cannot do it. It will take grace. That is why we've come to seek the face of the Lord, so that that grace will find us and find Ghana, so that President Mahama and the NDC can build for all of us the Ghana we want. That is why we are here today, to seek God's guidance and also thank Him for a successful campaign and also granting us victory. On Sunday, we'll be having the Christian service at the Accra Mall Gardens, and we'll be thanking God with prayers, worship, and then also have some song ministrations. And then after that, we'll look at the regions, and we've also tasked the regions to also do similar programs to thank God. We want to begin the administration with God in the boat, and we believe strongly that if God is with us, we will achieve all that we seek to achieve and build for all of us the Ghana we want.
Adwadifo ton ayemwa eyemponchini nwan ewo Malam market na wono de mu wo su nchirim se kama kwese Ghana for afidi ayemwa no ohun kura no ababeto no susu se exchange rate ewo soro no eka ho bi etina ayemwa no Ghana for embeto na so nyina mu no aka nnefo abaye nan na bronya na duro so wo hwe ne mu se Ghana for bi pim monten so na wabedi dwa
ebedika ha Malam market no se ofri kaso eba ubesia ube ruansa ubisa obi ase ba bi omoton ponchi na ombe kire market na achi na ye Malam market ho na ye ponchi ni depo e di free Burkina na ye di ba ha na obi abetu na odi akoba bia aboy wo aponchi e wo dwan na ntwekura bi wo ho nti aponchi ni range from 800 going 7 de obenye ba ba kitwa last year kan say 600 ni we mamafo ni e enya ayi but ebeswa ebe kitwa but every 800 dey kwa dey obenya aponche obetimi e dey bibia ebeye ti yabo no so ne bo ofom ahia na akra obi abetu koton ti dey won omo obi a odi aponche be di Christmas no ye be say ne say opa abo a ne bo ofom a ombra Malam market
ano so obenya no 1250 we so obenya no 1003 ena we so obenya no 1003 we so obenya no 1003 kese no dey ukita be 4000 ya rebe mawo dey te se na ntwie no no ye wholesale na asa hanom na kwa na munti no amanfo ohua entira ye pese entira ye pese we ukise 1350 a obenya we ukita 1002 a obenya mo ano na wo ho no nti amanfo bronya no china efi china ko nyina mu nyina mo mra ha
500 de ko enim
500 de ndie wa mu nim se de o mine no 500 de wunya 500 de wunya je so 3000 ko na ubenya aboa 1002 1003 800 na ubenya bebe ketwa wani nso ba hun se
na mpojire boy den sa
anu na esefa no ayede kwoto no ene dollar no nti eduru yes sefa na ya na ne bo no edin nti 5000 we say gina 1.350 nti wudi baga na sikama 5000 sefa no
na mpojire munya bi o Ghana
da bi Ghana ye ni bi bolaga kro kwa no nkitinkiti te se nkokọ no enu no wudi guka mu mfa meduru akwa no ahwe na ni nyina wu nti aya ekọ Burkina no to mo nim sefa mu nyina no nim se sefa na de eden ye de tom wa no e wo Burkina no na ye pie nso e be duty nso ne boarding
we na ya Ghana de no we bolga de ne bi nti we no ba yetima de ma 800 850 ono no so omo ba no mo so we no so ba 800 no so we say na obanya na de
na 800 cedis.
800 ba ko bia 800.
Wow. No mun su sado do.
Sinin nam no de uhunu sa no kwano a. Ne nam ne de che nkase na wa han. Ghana de no.
Yeah, we say with man and 2000. We say 2000, we say 1008. We say 2005. Ne price no crampo the farm 15 and so ho. And this say njano na boanya den senia me kira wono se wo na boanya den nti se senia ya pese government mbra no one boy se yakoto ne safer nso safer nso so ama akosoro dollar ne kosoro safer nso di akire nti ama bia yayi nti government we buy no ya be srene se one bomb din senia obaya dollar ne be kofam kakra na safer nso akofam mai na senia ya betima ya adwuma no na price na bafom pa Christian dia omombra ha omoba ha ombenye normal to fofofo
20 there will be so nice depend layer on the type and the size no more do come there ultimate 190 broadless so depend from 160 going 160 yes 150 net HSL shop 160 180 200 because if you have one difference you know the same thing empire ya born is on matadi
we abusuafo yetoa ensem no eso na beto dwase Accra High Court ye kase dia wahye Electoral Commission wonomo ensan enye recollate na chese manu a yeto ye no mpesua ne binu a atiaka mu nti ye ntimi declare se parliamentary candidate we na edi nkunim anase wadi entwo no ye declare binum Emma ebi wo ho a na emma ne yenkan ni nyina nwie ye bi wa ba bi mienu atiaka miensa bi seat miensa bi aka atiaka mu esese ye de ka ho na wie mu di ebom ano ya anya ne sa enu nti High Court ahye se wonom nsan enkokoleti ebio eye Ablikuma North abato empesua so ewo Greater Accra mantem ha na kasa ni nyamu no na NDC amanyokuo no akosama ne isi se ma court ma ne ho kwan emma ne nsa anye recollation sense emma ne ye kan wo constituency ho ene ya tu din obi agina ho na obi atwero ne de ene hunu sa asemasi ni obentene we na di nkonim nti eye da ne yesan akoye recollation na so wo chese court no abosa ensem no atoagu.
He himself requested for a copy of the agenda. He perused it and said now it has come to his attention. He still said they should go ahead and move their mandamus application, and now proceeded to say that declarations that have been made already, they should go ahead and recollate the results in those places. In fact, you appreciate that we made him aware, and in fact he himself took the 6 copies of the agenda application and went through each one of them. So he's fully aware that there were agenda applications pending. But he still said, you go ahead and give his decision, and therefore made orders directed at the EC and the IGP to provide the necessary security among others. You also heard today, when we came to court, we brought a judicial review application seeking to quash the purported invalidation by the EC of the 5 constituencies that results have been declared. We attached the video recordings of all the declarations, exhibit A to E, before the judge. We pray that he should even play it in court. You all heard it, that you go ahead. Now, with respect, the judge said the docket was brought to him yesterday evening. You all heard him. And we said, okay, if that's the case, watch the video of the declarations. Now, what is and should be placed on record that the Electoral Commission never filed any affidavit in opposition. Because how is Jane Mensah going to deny her own letter in response to the minority But that notwithstanding, the judge says, without any contrary evidence from the EC or a deposition by the returning officers in their respective places, that the declaration that they made was fraudulent. But the judge said it was fraudulent. Where he got the evidence of fraud, I don't know.
What is the remedy?
Because my understanding is that at least somebody must come to court, put a rival evidence of fraud before you, or duress, and prove it. This morning, the EC only came and said on point of law. In fact, the Electoral Commission's own lawyer never talked about the videos. But the court said those elections are tainted with fraud. How he came to the conclusion that there was fraud, I don't know.
Yanko piemu ewo Asante Mantemu secondary school a ewo to ase kure ewo atwamango bejaman sinu mu ewo Asante Mantemu amane bo fi ho no mo ba ene se fa kwa chechirefo wodi wonti eto no ija atoho amane ehon mu nyina no ahye femfram nta kwa ye den papa e de amasku ni mpinfo ye pe sanke ni mpinfo be twetwe nkomo na wotwa mfonyini de akire yen se no wonti bre ene fa kwa wodi wonti beto ete sen achechirefo no wokọ anampo odaso ewusum ho nanso yabo mpinfo prumu ano enya de ayensa atumi aka omunti ebeto akasebo no so e de amamobre pam no yensa campaignfo a eda to asisi na high school ano e no be twetwe nkomo na enchirimu esefata no omode ababesom yen.
I was our 4-year home so asaton crab asisi.
Ewie Ghana this year yesama mu nyina kwa ba biem ye beto aka sebo no so e de amamo.
Yet also dia na yeboshi akopiemu ewo University of Media, Arts and Communication ye twani sia se UniMAC ye ka se wo chese adesuafo apem ahenu ene aduanan mienu na wonom age enteteye ya sese wonom de wadesua aba awieye na ebra na mpanyimfo abodwa data na wo hwe wonom abodin krata ye de hye wonsa ene wonom aye gi won foforo e de atom no sei ene mpanyine ko dwumadi na sibi ene ye kasae.
When I started out my career in the mid to late 90s, the entry point was quite flexible. There was control and focus due to the limited channels available. You were either eager to become a newspaper journalist or an electronic media practitioner. The institutions were very few and very far between, unlike today. And with a little effort, you could make a name for yourself. Today, we all know it's a different ball game, and the responsibility lies on your shoulders to reshape the conversation and redefine what real quality, engagement, communication, and reputation management mean. You need to be deliberate about your craft and how you want it to be perceived, because we are all in the perception business. Cultivate a habit of constant reinvention, always taking how you can do something differently, smarter, and efficiently than it has been done before. Understand that the game is always world class. Whatever skills you bring to bear must also reflect world class standards. Do not be Ghana specific or Ghana centered. Think global.
Our education system has to be repositioned in a way that will transform various outcomes, not only in Ghana but countries, particularly low-income countries, must be on a path of education transformation to urgently address that education crisis. That will ensure that we produce the critical mass of our population not only with certificates, diplomas and degrees, but with the skills needed to thrive, with the skills needed to make a difference in our fourth industrial revolution era. That is what guided us as Ministry of Education, with Dr. Yauseduchu, Minister for Education, leading the charge in ensuring that right from foundational levels, we reform our curriculum from the objective-based to standard-based to ensure the introduction of critical thinking, creativity, communication, and collaboration, these 21st century competencies, right at the foundational levels, to be able to prepare them to take on the challenges wherever they find, to ensure that the introduction of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics STEM education finds space in our education sector.
Ghana Medical and Dental Council won dwumadie ene se obehwe doctor for dentist and physician assistant omu dwumadie ahodo so ewo o my Ghana mu na ekuo ya hwa doctor for foforo kra wa school na wopi monten so ahanu ene edubako waje omu atum.
I am particularly happy that the ministry is receiving into our fold another batch of freshly qualified doctors and dentists into the profession of medicine from the Accra College of Medicine, Accra, Family Health Medical School, Accra, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, School of Medical Sciences, Kumasi, University of Development Studies, School of Medicine, Tamale, University of Cape Coast, School of Medical Sciences, Cape Coast, University of Ghana Dental School, Accra, and University of Ghana Medical School, Accra. Mr. Chairman, I wish to emphasize the Council's primary responsibility is to ensure that all doctors and dentists granted professional licenses possesses the essential knowledge, skills, abilities, and core competencies required for safe and effective medical and dental practice in Ghana. I would like to emphasize the importance of attitude and conduct among healthcare professionals. As society holds them in high esteem, there is a corresponding expectation of exceptional professionalism and conduct. Violation of this contract can lead to a loss of trust in the profession. This will call for stricter regulation. In line with Part 2 of the Health Professions Regulatory Bodies Act 2013, Act 857, the Council is committed to upholding the highest standards in medical and dental training and practice, ensuring the public's trust and confidence in these noble professions.
As you embark on this noble profession, remember the rich history of medicine, tracing its roots to the ancient civilizations in Egypt, Mesopotamia, India, and China. Dear friends, your induction into the profession demands commitment to the vocation. Your dedication will be appreciated by your patients. But remember always a fundamental principle: first, do no harm. Even as you stay devoted to your calling, you must understand how the world works in order to protect your community, the country, and yourself. Avoid any posture or action that may lead to a situation of entrapment in your dealings with your patients.
And so GIMPA ade a wono aye won graduation stronko kra na wo chese we na to so aduonu enan ya adusuafo a akwaje entete wo ho na wo fredi akomonten so de onim dia bebo man Ghana no anosom apem ene ahasa.
We don't have a choice. We have to embrace this if we are not to be left behind. So we are now trying to develop emergent curricula in the creative arts, focus on things like the African free trade. We're looking at sports management, artificial intelligence, and various dimensions of international business, all within our core mandate of supporting the development of government policy and public sector talent. And our schools are being reoriented to offer programs in these core areas, working with partners such as the University of California, York University, University of Birmingham, Indiana University, once again, just to mention a few of them. Everybody knows, we all appreciate what has been happening in the advanced technologies, the computer technologies, artificial intelligence, that has become slowly, maybe not too slowly, becoming the norm in academic work. We are taking bold steps to acknowledge the importance of these tools and to ensure that our students and staff are adequately equipped to take advantage of these opportunities as they come. Research is a strong foundation on which every university is built. At GIMPA, we hope to pursue this quite aggressively in the coming years. To enhance research at GIMPA, we intend to establish the Rector's Research Fellowship Program, intended as a prestigious initiative aimed at bridging the gap between academic research and practical experience.
They also serve as a testament to how institutions can leverage partnerships to create lasting impact. Graduates, you are the proud beneficiaries of these partnerships. As you step into the next chapter of your lives, whether in public service, technology, or the social sciences, I encourage you to carry forward the knowledge, skills, and values you have gained. Remember, you are equipped not just to excel professionally, but also to serve as agents of positive change in Ghana, Africa, and the world. Congratulations once again. Your journey is an inspiration, and your future holds immense promise. Well done.
NDC amonyuko no empenifo bontoa ewo magene mu aseda ene ode magana for se Ghana fo nyomo mugidie na wato aba no ede ama NDC amonyuko no na tetena ni de ma NDC amonyuko no munyamfo Johnson Asiedu enketia akopemu sunwan na matena nkonya naso a oda o mase
na anse yakoko no aba na yakoe no ya mencha de enhyira ne mpaebɔ a mode hyiraeɛ ne mpaebɔ a mobɔ maaeɛ no ɔko no akɔyie koraa aboro yɛne ankasa yɛadwene ne yɛnte aseɛ so ɛno nti afei a yɛrekɔ abato a ɛbɛsrɛ mpaebɔ yɛnim sɛ anya hwee koraa yɛbɛnya seat no bi nanso ne yɛnim sɛ yɛbɛnya deɛ yɛanyan ɛno nti aba saa a na kyɛ sɛ ɛsɛ yɛde osebɔ ɛne anigyeɛ ɛne yɛde ba fie nti meka sɛ yɛtena nkran hɔ nko ara ne yɛgye ani na yɛama amakyia nananom anam ase a na ɛnyɛ ne kwan so
makonkoden ama nnɛ nneɛma adane ama Ghanafoɔ ne anim sɛ san wɔ gyidie sɛ deɛ yɛde ahyɛ mo nsa biara no mobɛyɛ ne yie yɛnim sɛ mo a mɔde so adi hunu a na mowɔ mo sunan ɛyɛ yɛ ring road ma na mohyɛ ase o nti na yɛyɛ deɛ yɛgu bi deɛ we were not expecting sɛ obi bɛba bɛyɛ apart from ADC nti moaba yi yɛ ring road no deɛ ɛsrɛ mo monkanka ho na momfa mu krataa mu na monyɛ ma yɛ
yaka yama ahyɛ bebree akyɛ nɔkorɛ especially yɛbono ha maa no yɛntimi ma yɛmaa no ɛma yɛti so mɛsrɛ sɛ aban aba yi ɔmɔmɔdea na ɔmfa mmaa no bebree hyehyɛ positions a ɛde nneɛma papa ɛbɛba Ghana.
Yɛbɔhwi na yakɔ mfimfini mantamu a yɛwura ɛkɔ Dr. Yɛto aba edema no wɔ NDC dini mu semrahye bedwani edema adehye wɔ hɔ a wodi mu nkunim no wɔde aseda piesie ama party na chitafo enne ne mpɛsoa no sofo nyina.
Amnaduma ya elections o da bewe ma konji konfifo o da maye na sebe konfu ato aba de mama o da men da wase amena me party mpanyimfo nyara yesi koma da wona ase obeya yehye dwuma se a ebohu de nja bibia nda ho a ba ha ya agye ti ebo mozi be ye de university obeya se John Domani Mahama na ba no or hit the ground running and yeah so you see I hit the ground running I think you have go akwema obema asa ya ka che ko be kara e mo tu ya ye bi wo ho de you have over the copy of a profile in the email kasa or Dr. Kokorin and the team boy and that's it shape our broken na the solution and Adam na down us
so obi wade mo ayiwa kondo ayo with there ayiwa yisha ntrawo mbra wara pay as academics in fact the kunfufu wa bre 8 good years road the secretary general Mahama in NDC what shall say 2012 where 2016 when we in there abanko ababa but as at now she said the no way being at to upper it is a kunfufu what's a kunfu how about to about with NDC where papa ekokunu ekokunu also on kunfu and as in over them temporal or the day no come no kada wase the second general Mahama also impuntu global onala so ye when we in a manana kufa the why when we ono obodo we ansa na ofofra waye and then so shey mere ti bebu we kunfia titi na roda otwitwa oreka pon na ben kwanta roda o sha se wo ekoti o de kwa ekrofo the man kwan na de ho roda ofi adanse o de ko umuna o de ba se ko ajankwa no tom the man we do na ya da o sha se enti se oba na wa ka de obetwa odamahe a ayade wa sha se de enti dagu wo mo ye wa ye hye ni be papa so o ka o ye enti dagu wo
awie Ghana de hye ha na brema ye kwan na anwumre ka sebo ye de be somo no ye de nyina aba awie ye na ye ko edie na meka ho se ansa na abeda na wa kan na wa pausin obepo senso dia eye Pepsodent Pepsodent herbal Pepsodent cavity fighter triple protection na charcoal nyina na boa bo wonum ho ban wonum ho ne die no fa no tuma pa di fra be boa ma wo senso aye fita ade tia kai wono buso nyina nso no monka na montwumu sen sanse Pepsodent dia wo say serie bia no ho ehia mata die yi eye Grosser Ventures Grosser wo Bombay Crown Prince Lodge ti ho no mo pe na obehu Grosser Ventures program bia wo ko no Grosser obehwe so na osisi wa ebefata papa obetimi afro Grosser Ventures 0244 250 420 0244 250 420
Medende amasa fonkuma kuma Jesse